Welcome to Week 4 of Legends League. Big matchups all around this week. I think after this week, we're really going to start seeing some separation in the standings. We still have one undefeated team left, and we still have one team yet to get their first win. So let's get to it. Last night, there was an exclusive party held for Legends League owners. We were able to sneak in and get a quick interview with some of the owners. Here's what they had to say.
David Hunt is here. We have questions. So you started the season 3-0.
Hey!
How do you feel about the start to your season? Can you keep this up?
I feel really good. My team, they were sleeping on me. In the beginning, they sleep on me. Now
Who was sleeping on you?
Yeah, everyone.
Who's everyone? I picked you to win this league.
Oh, did you pick
Can you keep this up? 3-0. Can you keep this up?
We're gonna keep on going in. We're gonna analyze the matchups each week. We're gonna put in our best players, and we're gonna expect them to do greatness.
How do you feel about Sunday?
Sunday, I feel good. Every Sunday, I feel good. I wake up, sun's shining. I feel good.
You come away with a victory on Sunday.
Every Sunday, we come away with a victory. That's what we do.
You heard it here first, folks. He's undefeated. He's
Hey, keep
claiming
your eyes
he will go
peeled.
4-0.
Number one.
Week 4.
Those are tight end because he fucked
There's been a lot of speculation after 3 weeks. You're playing the Harambe's week 4. How do you feel on Sunday?
I'm winning the rest of these motherfuckers,
Every week?
except for twice.
So tomorrow you are confident.
I'm gonna win.
What's your projected score?
135.
The Harambe's are projected about 137. That sounds like a loss. We'll see you next week.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, joining me for the Week 4 Pick'em, Rochester Napalm's owner Michael Red, special guest. Before we get to the Pick'em, here's the standings. Okay, our first matchup is the Cairo Cobras versus Hale, Michigan. Red, what do you think?
I think Lockett and Mack, they could have good games. I also think that the Cobras have way too many good matchups this week, so I'm going with the Cobras.
Our second matchup is Riverdale versus Dearborn. What do you think?
This is a tough one across the board, but I had Kelsey and the Pats putting Dearborn over the top for the win on this one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a real close game for Dearborn. I'm expecting for Galladay to have a big game against Kansas City. But I'm kind of unsure about the status of McCoy because of the injury, his ankle injury. So we'll see about that. For Riverdale, solid matchups all around again, but I am worried about Adam Thielen versus Chicago. I'm going to take Riverdale on this. Our next matchup is Shelby versus Houston. Red, what do you think?
This is a really even game also. Both teams are deep in talent, but I think I had Shelby. Austin Hooper, has a good game, and I think that gives Shelby the win.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very high-scoring matchup. Houston, they're going to go as far as Patrick Mahomes takes them, and he's playing Detroit. He should have a big game. But I don't like O.J. Howard versus L.A. Shelby, I think Fournette's going to have a tough matchup versus Denver this week. But I do like Ingram versus Cleveland, and I like Gurley versus Tampa Bay. So I'm taking Shelby. Our next matchup is A-Hills versus the A2 Headhunters. What do you think?
It's not looking good for A-Hills. They're still looking for their first win against the number 1 team, and they have a ton of guys on the bye week this week. So I got to go with the Headhunters for the win.
We got the top team in the league playing the worst team in the league. So something's going to give, or it's just going to be the status quo here. For A2, he's got big matchups all around. Will Jones have another big game? We'll see. I think he will, though, for the Savage. I don't really like Allen and Brown versus New England. But Gallman and Ridley should have nice games. So can A-Hills finally get into the win column? No, I don't think so. Not this week. I'm going with A2. Our next matchup is the Beaver Creek Munchers versus the Rochester Napalms. For Beaver Creek, we'll see about Edelman. I heard he's going to be on the snap count this week, so he might be limited. And I don't really like the matchup of Robinson versus Minnesota. But Cooper Kupp should have a nice game versus Tampa Bay. For Rochester, they really got some nice matchups. I like Andrews versus Cleveland. And I also like DK Metcalf playing in Arizona. So I'm going to take Rochester on this. All right, our next matchup is the Vegas Golden Showers versus the Wixom Hicks. Ready? What do you think?
I think this is going to be another close one for Vegas in back-to-back weeks. Delvin Cook has been on fire, but I think he gets slowed down this week by that Chicago defense. And so I think this is going to come down to Will Fuller, owned by Wixom, and the Golden Showers has Kenny Stills. So who has the bigger game this week? So I'm going to go with Wixom for the win.
I agree. I think, well, for Vegas, I think Keenan Allen is going to have a big game against Miami. But yeah, I don't like Cook versus Chicago, and I don't like Lindsey versus Jacksonville either. For the Hicks, I mean, Brady always has a field day against Buffalo. I don't expect any different. And I do like Jacobs versus Indy, so I'm taking Wixom on this. Our last matchup of the week is Inkster versus Ann Arbor. Red.
I think both teams have good matchups this week. Should be a really good, high-scoring game. But I think Austin Eckler has the bigger game, which puts Ann Arbor Harambe's for the win.
Yeah, for Inkster, Stafford and Jones should have big-time games this week. Inkster also has Robinson in that same game, so I'm expecting big numbers for those three players. Ann Arbor, Dalton scares me. I don't know, just something about that guy. I never would want to play him, but I like the other matchups. Like you said, I do like Eckler versus Miami, but I'm going to take Inkster on this one. So, yeah, that's it. Week 4. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you next week.